Welcome, everybody. I'm so excited for our first Yes Chat, Yes News program. We're had this wonderful opportunity to spend a half hour each month updating everybody on what Yes is doing and other issues in the community. We're going to be having guest speakers. We might even have some parents come in, some of our children and youth. It's so exciting to be able to have this opportunity to do that, and I just want to thank the people giving that to us. Alicia and Clifford, thank you so much. I'm joined today for my first guest, some of my key people at Youth Enrichment Services, and as you know, Yes serves the entire town of Islip. So we have 12 school districts and 30 some odd hamlets and villages, and we have a big task that we do every year serving over 10,000 children. And the two guests that I have today have been instrumental in making sure that all of our programs and services get implemented, are successful, and I'm, again, honored to have such a wonderful staff and an agency that really does some great things. Carolyn Baez.
Hello.
Thank you for coming. Carolyn Baez is our Director of Programs. And we have Juan Munez, who is our Work and Careers Coordinator.
Hi. Thank you.
Hi. So, Carolyn, why don't you just give us a little bit of information about yourself and when you joined Yes?
Well, like Marian says, my name is Carolyn Baez. I'm the Director of Program Development, and I started here about 13 years ago. And it was just a passion of wanting to give back to the community. Even though I was born and raised in Queens, New York, I moved to Suffolk County, and I wanted to help out in the town of Islip, residing for the first time in West Islip. Marian Pfeiffer was beautiful and kind enough to hire me part-time and gave me that opportunity and has mentored me ever since. And I started very, very part-time as an assistant program coordinator. I was, managing the programs, working with the children directly, working with families, and then in 2009 I was promoted to director, and it was such an honor to take on the position. And ever since then, I've been implementing programs, managing programs, helping our staff. I manage over 12 school-based programs and community-based programs. I oversee about 85 employees part-time. I have a few full-time staff under me, and it's a very great and wonderful division to oversee. I think that it's such a privilege to be able to operate programs and services as well needed in our communities, as well as in as well as in the town of Islip. But it's been such a wonderful, wonderful experience to be able to have this role here as a Director of Program Development. So I always thank Marian Pfeiffer for that, because it's just amazing how she's always had the time to mentor me and guide me. This is a person that came from corporate who didn't have that type of experience, and then I go into the nonprofit field and I'm like, wow, do you really make a living doing that? So it's been so rewarding to be able to reach out to so many families and so many kids. And it's like, when you get up in the morning and know and have this feeling that you don't feel like you're at work, is because you love what you do. And I really love what I do.
And I can't say enough how wonderful Carolyn has been, how successful, how innovative, and it is hard work. I mean, we sit here and we're like, oh, this is great, but it is everyday hard work. 8 o'clock in the morning phone calls that something hasn't gone right, and how does she make it right? And you do an excellent job at that.
Thank you.
And I think that the entire town should be certainly grateful that we have people that are willing to work throughout our nonprofit community, not just at Yes. And some of the things that I know that you're passionate about are the court involved youth that you have worked with, because all of our administrative, that appear to be administrators, really have some hands-on opportunities to continue to work with children. If you want to just give us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so even though I'm a director, yes, I oversee programs and services, but I also like to work directly with children. And one group that I love, and I have such a passion to work with is our court-referred young adults. These are children that have given an opportunity to come back to the community, get back to the community to be able to do better for themselves, even though they might have been in trouble, or incarcerated. So they come back. We open up our arms and our doors to be able to mentor them and guide them, give them that opportunity to work in their community, be proud of their community, to do community engagement, to get jobs in their community, and be able to do what is right. So I've been working with them, with that population, for quite some time, and I have a wonderful team. We have Mr. Elwood, Mr. Colin, Mr. Tom, and Miss Michelle. We have a wonderful program in Central Islip. It's called our Drop-In Center. I talk about the Drop-In Center to everybody because it's a unique program. Some of the kids come in that have been incarcerated or have been exposed to gangs, to drugs, and they come in, and we are a safe haven to these children. We're a safe haven, we're a safe center to the community. So kids come in on a daily basis, they eat, they play, they socialize, and they have a really good time. A lot of the kids that are court referred come to this program, and we mentor them, we guide them, we do case management, we also offer counseling services, we get them jobs, but most importantly, we teach them how to make very healthy choices and making good choices for themselves, but not for just currently, but also for the future.
Just wanted to let you have that because I mean that's a program that you really, really spearheaded and and continue to do amazing things with. So it's summer, and
Yes.
summer means we're up at 5 a.m. Our first children come in at 7, as young as 5, and at midnight we're still going. So why don't you give us an idea of the range of summer programs?
Summer programming is just hot fun in the sun, 10 weeks, 12 hours a day. Who can ask for something better than that in the summer? I know we take vacations. We don't like to take vacations. Our vacations is to be with our children in our summer programs. They're very similar to summer camps. We're there from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. We started right the first day, right after school, that first Monday, all the way to the last day, August 31st. And then that Tuesday, it's Labor Day weekend, and that Tuesday, we're back to school. That is quality service. I'm very passionate about that because we're with the kids all day long. Yes, it is hot. Yes, we are sweating. Yes, we're wearing our sneakers and our shorts and getting dirty with the kids and getting wet, and that is okay. Knowing that our kids are having a great time, knowing that our kids are in a safe place, knowing that our kids that are learning in a high quality program, that's what matters to me as a director of programs. And we're having such an awesome, awesome year. Kids are having such an awesome time. I love when they say at the end of the day, Miss Carolyn, I had a great day. Or Miss Carolyn, I was a happy helper today. Rewarding our children is so important. We do so many activities. We go on field trips like bowling, we go fishing. Tomorrow we have a great fishing trip going on, sponsored by Ty's Reef. And I want to give a special thanks to Ty's Reef and that organization that every year they sponsor us. They take about 100 kids on their boat and we go out fishing. We teach our kids what fishing's all about the animal. We mentor our kids there, and the kids have a blast. And I must say, I love seeing the kids doing that, and I really enjoy and I really appreciate and value groups and organizations that take the time to sponsor us and to be there for our children, because together as a village, it takes a village to raise a child, and together we can definitely impact that life. So I'm looking forward to that fishing trip tomorrow. I'm looking forward to like bowling next week, and then the theater the following week. We do splash day every day. The kids get wet every day. They get into their bathing suits, sunscreen all day long. In the mornings, we offer breakfast. Then we go into special activities. Those special activities include music education. We have art education. We have the STEM program. We have cooking, no-bake cooking. Then they have the free lunch. I also want to give a special thanks to Island Harvest. Island Harvest, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. You feed the kids all summer long. Free breakfast, lunch, snack, and in addition to that, we have the Produce Project. The Produce Project is teaching our kids and our families about eating healthy produce, going home, cooking a healthy meal with their families. And I appreciate that, and I thank Island Harvest from the bottom of my heart for doing that, for feeding our children is so important. So we have that program too. We also have guest speakers coming in, like we have the banks like NYCB, special thanks to People United Bank that come in and they give out the piggy banks, learning our kids from as young as the age of 5 on how to save. You know, we have Affinity, we have United Healthcare that comes in and does different screenings for our children and our families. We have Stony Brook Dental teaching our kids about how to have healthy teeth. All of that is included in our summer programs, and that's just the summer programs for ages 5 to 13. Then we have our drop-in center that is also all summer long. That's located at the Central Islip Senior Center. That's for upper, age 8th grade and up in high school students to come in, and also for some of the Department of Labor youth workers. I know Juan's going to be talking about it in a little bit. They come in in the evenings, and we have a very light dinner that's also sponsored by Island Harvest. We go there, we play pool, video games, we watch movies, we have movie nights. Once a month we do open mics. Once a month we do poetry. We also are bringing in video trucks coming in so the kids can play video games. The kids play basketball, handball. That's a safe spot, safe haven, a great center for our children. So we operate programs 10 weeks, and I'm going to correct this, from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. We are providing good services for our kids and our families in the community. And that's really it. That's what we do in the summer. I don't know if I'm forgetting anything. I know you're going to be talking about youth employment.
Just a couple of questions. So I know that we have these programs located throughout the town of Islip. So it's not just in Brentwood, though we have a program in Brentwood, a program in Central Islip. We also have West Islip. And we have out at Greenbelt Rec, which is Holtzville. So we really have the east end of town. So that is challenging. I know that this year you waitlisted your programs, and I think that that's a testament to the great work that you do. Thank you.
Yes. So we try to cover the entire township, all areas in the town of Islip. So yes, like Marianne says, we have programs from West Islip all the way to Holtzville to provide, so for our families, a good place, right in their towns. And again, to provide good quality programs and provide the hours that our working families do really need. So we do have it in West Islip. We have one at the Brentwood West Middle School that's Brentwood Bayshore. We also, that's a half-day program. We have a program at the Brentwood Recreation Center in Brentwood for Central Islip and Brentwood families. We also have a program at the Greenville Recreation Center right in Holtzville on Patchogue Colebrook Road.
Okay, so that's great to hear about our summer programs, and we're going to be speaking to Juan in a minute about our Department of Labor youth who help make those programs possible.
Oh, yeah.
So we're here with Juan Muniz, who is our Working Careers Coordinator.
Yes.
And Juan, you have been with Yes on and off for quite a long time.
Yes.
Give us a little bit of background about yourself.
Basically, I grew up in Long Island. I was raised in Brentwood, Long Island. Graduated from Brentwood High School. I came to work at Youth Enrichment Services around 1998, 99. I was with Yes till 2004. Then I left and I came back around 2012, and I'm here right now. The liaison to the Suffolk County Department of Labor and Youth Enrichment Services. I also do the social media component for Youth Enrichment Services, as well as I work with the website at Youth Enrichment Services.
Yes, you do a lot for us, HR, everything we teach you, but you are really critical to the organization. I know how much that Carolyn has come to work together with you, and
Yes.
you're like my A-team and get this stuff done. And I know that you're involved in a lot of different levels of working careers. I know we did My Brother's Keeper, which is
Yes.
a program at the Freshman Center in Brentwood.
Yes.
21st Century at Central Islip
Central
High
Islip,
School.
yes.
And I know that we have a whole working careers curriculum.
Yes.
And the exciting thing is the work that we do in placing young people in jobs primarily through the Department of Labor and in the summer. So in
Yes.
order for Carolyn's programs, I should say, or yes programs, but there's
Yeah.
so much Carolyn, and she does such an excellent job with
Yes.
them. That is critical. These 70 to 100 young people, because some of them we do pay, not all are Suffolk County Department of Labor, but every year, without them, these programs don't operate. So thank you to the Suffolk County Department of Labor
Thank you to them.
and Stacy and everybody over there, because they make it possible and they really support not just Yes, but the young people in Brentwood, Central Islip, and really in the town of Islip.
Yes.
So, wow, you have some job. These are teenagers, and it's their first job. So give us a little bit of insight into what exactly, not details, but just overall what young people can expect when they call us and what they need to do in order, not so much the paperwork, what kinds of things you're looking for in somebody who might have an entry-level job under the age of 21 at Yes.
Well, what I'm looking for, or what we're looking for over at Yes, are people who are committed to work with us for the summer, the duration of the summer that goes to, anywhere from 7 weeks, which is, Department of Labor. Sometimes it extends itself, but I'm looking for kids, youth that are 14 years up until 20 years. They're going to need working cars, things like that. I'm always advocating. It's very important. I like doing the summer employment with them because I'm a huge advocate for youth working in the summers. I really do not advocate for them to work throughout the year, even though some of them can. I tell them to focus on education during the school year and then come working in the summer. The work that we do with the Suffolk County Department of Labor is big because it's not just giving them jobs, it's also giving them on-job training. Anything from resume building, communication skills, how to dress for success, how to answer phones, how to make proper calls, which is sometimes hard for youth to do. So it's a range of things, and I love doing it. I think that it's a way of giving back to the community, paying back, kind of playing it forward for a lot of the kids and the youth that are looking for summer jobs. We hire every year about 75, I think, and we always
75 through the Department of Labor.
75 through
We
the Department of
also pay
Labor.
some.
We pay some out of our own. Yes, pays some as well, but it's. I love it because the kids do learn how to be professional. And I don't believe it's never too early to teach them how to be professional. Also, how to be somewhat a little bit independent, but not totally independent, because we're working with youth, and they're still living at home with mom and dad. But it's preparing them for when they graduate, because that comes sooner than later, and hopefully they're able to have a little bit of experience being independent, and it helps them when they go off to college, because going off to college when they're going off on their own, it's very challenging for these youth. So I believe that that's part of the thing that we teach them also when they're working with us over at Suffolk, with us at Youth Enrichment Services via the Suffolk County Department of Labor. Thank you to Stacy Lesko, Laurie Davis, Eric Williams. Thank you guys for helping us.
It's an amazing job that you do, and those kids are right in there, and they get to work with other children. They get to see if nonprofit teaching, those kinds of jobs are for them, and it is a challenge in the summer. But I see the children and their teenagers,
Yes.
and we call them dolls affectionately, Department of Labor kids, but they're dolls.
Yeah.
They have their challenges, but they have a great summer, and this is making memories. You and I both know that many of our current employees, staff, professional staff, actually worked in the summer for us, and they've come back. So it's amazing the work you do, and you've been mentor to many.
Thank you.
And I want to say that. And one of the other challenges that Yes faces, and I'm fortunate to have both of you and many other staff, are the fact that many of our families, even some of our kids, do not have English as their first language. And both of you are bilingual, Spanish and English speaking, and many of my staff are. But I think that that's important that we get that message out there. We do have staff that can connect with the families. When we're
Yes.
talking about
Yes.
mental health, when we're talking about child care, legal matters, whatever that is, you always want to be able to communicate with a parent in their native language for more clarity and understanding. And I think that, Carolyn, this is something that's very important to you as a licensed interpreter and translator.
Yes, as a certified medical interpreter and legal interpreter, as well as a professional translator, is really important being Latina. And just experiencing as a child what my parents went through, my Dominican family, who did not speak any English when I was younger, it is important to me as well to serve. When we're serving our families, especially our Spanish-speaking families, to serve them not only linguistically, but also culturally, to be able to relate, be able to serve them, be able to help them and assist them, and lead them to the right directions and give them options, but also to have a relationship where they feel comfortable speaking to you. I know we have mental health in addition to programs, we have mental health services and prevention services. The clinical directors are not, the clinical director's not here, the director of prevention is not here today, but later on in other segments you'll be able to meet them. But serving this population, we are one of the largest, Hispanic population in the state of New York. So it's important to me, as well as everyone else in this agency, to have equipped staff to be able to culturally and linguistically be able to relate and be able to deliver the message and be able to assist them and guide them. And also to provide good programs for our families and children, and that's for everyone. But I did want to mention that because a lot of our families, they feel very comfortable with me, Mr. Juan, Mr. Will. There's so many of us that are bilingual, fluent bilingual, to be able to speak to them and be able to assist them culturally as well.
And also, just to go back to something, and I think we're running out of time, but I want to say that we are hiring. And I know that both of you are very concerned about that. There are plenty of jobs open, professional, not just the teenagers. This is to work at Yes as a professional staff member. And we have entry-level part-time jobs. We have jobs for licensed social workers, prevention specialists, police, cooking teachers. Just call us and or go on our website.
One thing that I love to see is we've seen children grow through our programs, become their youth in our programs, participants, and they go on to work for us as dolls and eventually end up transitioning into staff that end up working for us, as part-time. And I think that that's like mentoring in a positive way. And I want to thank Marianne Pfeiffer because she's a mentor, not just to Carolyn, she's a mentor to me. And I feel like it's up to us to be able to pay that forward for the youth, especially the youth in the community.
Okay, so we definitely want to speak about hiring, and Carolyn Baez is the person to contact. Carolyn, what can you tell us about hiring?
We are hiring. You don't hear that often, in many places, but yes, Youth Enrichment Services, we are hiring. We look for individuals that are committed, who want to work with children. Background, and I have a lot of candidates that ask me, do you have to be a social worker? Do you have to be a school teacher? Do you have to go to school? No. My background was business, and I came in and I was given an opportunity. Later on, I went back to school and studied education, and then later on administration. But if you have a passion of wanting to make a change, and like I stated before, of getting up in the morning and feeling like you're never at work because you just know and you love what you do, come join us. Come and work with us. Part-time, specialist, full-time, apply. All it takes is a phone call, send me your information, which I'm going to provide you with my information, but this is really important. If you want to impact the community and work with students and work with children and families, come and work with Yes. It's a fun place. We're like a big family. You get to learn and you get to discover a lot of talents that you may not know that you had. I did, Mr. Juan did, and that's why I truly, truly am very passionate to recruiting candidates to want to work here. So I'm going to provide you with my phone number. Again, Carolyn Baez. My phone number is 631-587-5172, extension 330, or you can email me at Carolyn, Carolyn, Baez, Baez, at yesnews.net. We're hiring 2:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday. If you want to be an assistant program coordinator, that's a great role, working directly with children, supervising them in a great, safe place, school-based program. Or you can, if you want to work with us as a specialist, cooking, art, STEM, and you want to, if you have a talent, if you have a gift, you want to do music, call me. You know, we're always looking for different talents. If you are looking to work at the mental health clinic, if you're a licensed social worker, clinician, give me a call. Email me your resume. I will forward it to the directors and we'll be able to, even if it's just an interview, it's an interview, but get to learn who we are.
Thank you, Carolyn. This has been exciting for our first show. Thank you, Carolyn Baez and Juan Munez, and we'll see you next month. Thanks.
Bye.